Hello everyone, this is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. And today I want to show you some cards. And the cards that I want to show you today are what I consider my favorite cards. Cards are kind of like kids, it's hard to pick your favorite one. Well, you shouldn't have a favorite in kids, but either way, in cards, what ends up happening is you have a favorite card and then you end up buying another card and that becomes your favorite, and that's really some of the case with me. But this one for me was one of my favorite cards when I first started collecting. This was my favorite card. I got this in the 80s. I got it raw and I had it slabbed many years ago. But this was really the first card I considered my vintage card, the oldest card I had for many, many, many years. This was the oldest card I had. I collected a lot of cards from the 70s and 60s and had some 50s in there. But really, this was the first one that went before that. So I consider this a Joe DiMaggio. It's a 49 leaf. Forget the slab. It's a 49 leaf. That's the number one card in the set. And if you want to know why it's a 49 leaf, check out my videos on the 49 leaf premiums, and I explain it. But anyway, this is a 49 leaf Joe DiMaggio in a PSA 5. And this was my first, what I consider my first real vintage card. Anything older than that, than the 50s and stuff, because you had tops and all that, but I never had a leaf card. And when I got this in the early 80s, this was my number one card in my collection. And I really love this card. And the other thing with this card is it got me into collecting the 49 leaf premiums. And I really focused on that set, which I did a video on. And you can go ahead and take a look at that video also if you want. So this I consider used to be my number one favorite card. But now it's taken down a notch to number 5, my number 5 favorite card. And I'll show you the card again. It's a beautiful card. My first real, what I thought was getting into vintage, real vintage cards back in those days. My first real vintage card, Joe DiMaggio. You can see the back of that. He was a top player back in the day. And even though this says copyright 1948, these cards were not distributed until 1949. And the copyright date doesn't necessarily mean they were printed in 48 either. That's when they got the copyright permits. So, Joe DiMaggio, my number 5, 1949 leaf Joe DiMaggio, my 5th favorite card. These are not necessarily most expensive, even though some of these are expensive. But I'll give you a hint. I'm not gonna have the 52, my 52 Mantle in the top 5. I don't think it's my nicest, favorite, prettiest card. It is my most expensive, but not the prettiest card. This is one of the prettiest cards I think I have in my collection right here. And that's the 1888 Goodwin Champions, Cap Anson. This is my 4th favorite card. And the reason why that's my 4th favorite card is not just because it's a beautiful card, because it has the colors and it's just a gorgeous card, and it's Cap Anson. Cap Anson was the biggest star in baseball before Ty Cobb and Babe Ruth. He was it. He was the first man to have 3,000 hits, and he was the manager. He created spring training, a lot of things. And I've shown Cap Anson before, this card before, but I just wanted to tell you that this is now my 4th nicest card in my collection, my 4th favorite card in my collection. And the back of this is the checklist. He's from 1888. This is the N162 Goodwin Champion, Cap Anson, in a 4. That's an iconic card. And this is the first card that got me into the 1800s, collecting 1800 cards. And that's why it's another one of my favorite cards. So these cards, you know, I guess I pick them because they have meaning to me, cards that, you know, represent my phases of collecting. And this is the one that took me back to the 1800s cards. This was the one that got me started with the Goodwin Champion set, which I've said before is my favorite set of all time, is this Goodwin Champion set. So that's number 5, and that's number 4. We're going to move on to my third favorite card in my collection. And as you know, one of my collecting, the only really player that I collect, player run, is Mantle. And this is one of my favorite Mantle cards, the 1953 Bowman Color. And it's in a near mint 7 that's stained. The stain is in the back. It's got wax stain in the back. But the card is a gorgeous, beautiful card. You can look at it. You know, what I love about this card is, first, this was the first 50s set that I collected. I love this set. I collected it. I built the entire set. Unfortunately, I sold the set, but I couldn't never sell this Mantle. And it's a beautiful Mantle in a 7. And what I like about it the most, it's that it's an actual picture of Mickey. It's not a drawing, and it's the first one that came out with a picture of Mickey Mantle, an actual photo of Mickey Mantle. It's a great photo. It's just, the first one that you could really see him, because the rookie card is a little drawing, and the other ones are drawing, but this one is just a beautiful card. So this is my third. I'll show you the back. The reason it's a 7 with a stain is because it has the wax stains in the back. But the back is beautiful, sharp. Look how sharp the corners are on that card. It's a nice card. Just has the wax stain, but it is a 7. So it's a, you know me, I go for eye appeal, and it's just a gorgeous card. You can see. I'll give you a good look at it. Beautiful picture. He's at Yankee Stadium there. You could tell by the lights. From 1953, Bowman. My third favorite card in my collection. Now I'm going to go to card number 2. And this is my second favorite card in my collection coming up. And it is my favorite card of course, Mickey Mantle. So it's not my rookie. This is my favorite, best looking card in my opinion of Mickey Mantle. The 1953 Topps Mickey Mantle. This one is in a 6. This is my favorite Mickey Mantle card. I like it better than the 52 Topps. I like it better than any other Mantle card that I have. It's the prettiest Mantle, in my opinion, that I own. Some people don't like the artwork and stuff like that, but I think it's just a great, great piece of art. And you could look at the background on that. You could see, the stadium. You could see the outfield fence back there. It's a good close-up of Mickey. It's got a logo. This card to me is a piece of art. And that's what I love about some of these older cards, vintage cards. They're works of art, and this one to me is a beautiful work of art. This in my collection is my second favorite card. And the back, I'll show you the back. The back's in beautiful shape too. It's a beautiful card, but it's just, I'm not going by price. I'm going by the look of the card, that it's a beautiful looking card. It has a nice, photo or picture, something that really attracts me. And this is one of them. So of all my Mickey Mantle cards, This one is my favorite Mickey Mantle card of them all, the 1953 Bowman. So now I've gone through my 4 favorite cards here. Number 5, number 4, number 3, number 2. Let's see if I can get them all in the picture here. Yeah, there you go. So that's my second favorite. My favorite card. My favorite card in my entire collection. The one that I love the most. I think it's the, again, it's another Hall of Famer. And what it's got going for it is the best, the prettiest card I think that I own. And it's from the best set, or my favorite set. And that's the 1888 Goodwin Champion, the King Kelly card. That to me is the prettiest card in my collection. I just love the colors on that card. I love the way that they did the sky in the background, his uniform, his mustache, the cap. It's just a classic 1800s card. And it's a beautiful card, beautiful image, beautiful drawing. Again, for 1888, you're not going to get any cards prettier than this, and it's prettier than even the newer cards now, in my opinion. This is my favorite set, and this is my favorite card for my favorite set. And overall, I have chosen this one as my favorite card in my collection. The King Kelly from 1888 Goodwin Champion in an SGC 4. In the back, again, it has the checklist on the back. So you can see that this is a beautiful card. I just love the look of it. When I have so many cards and I look at them and I really just love the artwork on some of these cards. So I know some of the newer cards are nice and all that, but this one, the Anson, those two are just classic cards. And of course the Mick, I can't forget this, my second favorite card, my favorite card ever in my collection, and my second favorite. So guys, that gives you a look at some of my favorite cards, not by price, but basically by their appearance, how they look, and also, of course, by they have history with me, So this one got me into the vintage. My first big set was this one here, and that was my number 1 card after that. Then when I picked this up, that became one of my number 1 cards. And of course, this one you can't pass it. But when I picked up this King Kelly, and I actually have 2 King Kellys like this one. The other one's a little lower grade. I just, when I could get to him at a good price, it's such a beautiful card that I just, if I can ever afford one, I will. And that's just a gorgeous card. My number 1 favorite card in my collection is the King Kelly, along with the other 5 cards, which I consider are my all-time favorite cards. Not the most expensive. They're the ones that mean the most to me, and the ones that I find, attractive. They're classic, great-looking cards from beautiful sets. So anyway, guys, just wanted to give you my opinion. If you want to let me know what you think, please leave some comments. But I just wanted to share with you what I feel are my top 5 favorite cards in my collection. Thank you everyone for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. This is Orlando from A Collector's Dream. Everyone have an awesome day. Thank you, everybody.